washing machine, fridge, smart TV, air conditioner, kitchen items amadi makal khudingmakki home appliances kidamak hoina waningai leite. Kaisampat Kunchen Hazari Lekai Delega Mezo of Impalna ahongbo mamalda item khudingmakki up to 50% discount offer pizai. Wedding set unalong matamdasu special oiba discount kayasu hanjari. Interest amat yaudena 0% EMI loan gi kudong sabasu hanjari. Kudong sabasi mahan biraganu ngasi maklengsin biragu Mezo of Impal Kaisampat Kunchen Hazari Lekai.
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ELITETV Open Debate in English. Today being Monday, we will be holding our open debate in English to reach out to a wider audience beyond the boundaries of our state. I'm Utpala, your host for tonight. Our topic for tonight's open debate is the very popular Shirui Lily Festival. The Shirui Lily Festival celebrates the state flower of Manipur, and the event is a part of Manipur tourism's efforts to develop and implement sustainable and responsible tourism in the state, and also to save and increase awareness about the endangered species of Manipur's Shirui lily, found only in the Shirui Hills. The festival is organized every year around April-May. The Department of Tourism will organize the 4th state-level Shirui Lily Festival from 25th to 28th May of 2022. Shirui Lily Festival is celebrated in honor of the state flower, the unique species of land lily, Shirui lily. The celebration is during the peak blooming season of the Shirui lily, a rare and endangered flower that can only be found in Manipur. Joining us tonight are our panelists, Mr. Hero Thokchom, Founder, General Secretary, Business Excellence Group. Welcome to ELITETV Open Debate. We have Mr. KB Pangambam, Tour Operator, KB Enterprises. Welcome to ELITETV Open Debate. And we have Mr. Radhakrishna Sharma, Tour Operator, Seven Sister Holidays. Welcome to ELITETV Open Debate. Before we open the debate for tonight, I'd like to give a warm welcome to our panelists once again. So let me start with Mr. KB Pangambam. Mr. Pangambam, can you give us a brief idea about the Shirui festival, how it started? Was it just a local celebration earlier, or how, if it was, how and when did it transition into a statewide festival?
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I Radhakrishna Sharma, Hero Thokchom, and everyone. So first of all, I would like to request one thing. So my location network is very bad, so it may be disconnected at any time, so forgive me about that. Okay. So thank you so much for giving an opportunity to this thing explain, to this thing suggest about the Shirui festival is having from 25th to 28th in Utkal district. So thank you so much. Okay, so our state government, mainly the tourism department, is taking up to promote the Manipur tourism. So it is a very, it is, I like, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
So just I like this thing suggest something. So we heard it is happening from 25th to 28th from the social media and this thing that from the newspaper. But from my side, my suggestion is if it has started since last 2 or 3 months, so all the from the outside tourists is want to enjoy and want to come to join that the Shirui Lily Festival, but it is not fixed yet. It is not confirmed earlier. It is confirmed in short period. It is very difficult to come all the outsider from Manipur, as well as the Shirui Lily Festival and Shanghai Festival also. Just I would like to request to our Manipur Tourism Department. To announce the itinerary for the Shanghai Festival in advance. So, just forgive me, my English is a little it's not good. I'm not good in English.
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
To explain. Yeah. So this is my suggestion to fix the itinerary at least 2-3 months this thing ago. Then we can just send to all the tour operators all over the India or all over the world. We have an itinerary this type of this in this day on this day. Then the outside tour operator also will be interested and they will book surely. But this time it is very unfortunate. This thing outside tourists may not become in the short period. This is my idea, my opinion.
Okay, so Mr. Pangambam, are you saying that it was announced not very long ago, the Shirui festival? I think it was announced about a month ago, but probably the date wasn't fixed. So would that create a problem for outside, as you mentioned that it would create a problem for outside tourists? Would it be because of the inner-line permit that they need to get, or what other reason could be there for tourists from outside the state?
Yeah, so everyone knows that the Shanghai Festival lasts for 5 years ago, but that is changed or anytime. It's not calendar year, I think. Okay. So sometime in next year it may be changed the date, and it's not calendar year. Sometimes it is a calendar year. It is fixed date like the Shanghai Festival.
What about Shirui festival? Isn't it usually held around the same time every year? Around April and May?
I think it is the last 2 years ago it was not happening
because of COVID.
Not happening, but before that, that was not fixed yet, I think.
Okay, so it's not always in April or May. That's when the lily blooms. That's when the Shirui lily blooms. So isn't it arranged? Isn't it organized during the bloom, or does it change every year? Has it changed?
But we need the date. We need to fix the date.
Okay.
Because outsiders want to fix the date, they will plan before 3 months or 4 months or before 1 year ago on this date. So they may plan for this thing Shirui festival. Likewise, the Shanghai festival.
Okay. So has this Shirui festival always been celebrated in Ukhrul? In the village, was it local, or has Manipur always participated in the Shirui festival right from when it started? Has it always been very popular among people from the valley as well?
Yeah, now it is very popular. Now Shirui is very popular since many years ago. Okay. But this festival is very popular from outside also. Our colleague tour operator also asking about this thing Shirui festival also. Sometimes they book for the trekking and everything to see the Shirui festival. They're asking April and May this time. It is very, very, very popular.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Mr. Pangambam. I'll come to Mr. Hero Thokchom next. Mr. Thokchom, how are the arrangements and how are the lodging arrangements in Ukhrul at present? Are there enough places to accommodate the influx of the tourists, or are there enough hotels and homestays for tourists in Ukhrul?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be part of this discussion on a subject which is very much important and very much upcoming event of Shirui Lily Festival. And happy that Shirui Lily Festival is indeed going to scale up the kind of tourism promotion in Manipur, and itself the Shirui is going to give a wonderful impact of Manipur to the other places in India. Of course, the weather outside the state, like Calcutta or Delhi or any part of the state, any part in Guwahati, nearest to nearest in Guwahati, or nearest to nearest in Dimapur, the weather is extremely hot.
Absolutely.
It is too humid, But then Shirui festival is happening in the very cold, very chill place in Ukhrul district. So it's going to attract so many crowds because of the weather and because of the scale of the government is trying to put up this festival. And we have witnessed as the official confirmation that there was 50,000 tourists visited in Ukhrul by the then tourism director in 2019. However, that there is reported after the COVID, this kind of festival is not yet again happened. But after the opening of COVID, it's going to we are going to witness such kind of festival after the pandemic. So this is a great excitement and great feeling for all the people to attend this kind of festival. Of course, the infrastructure and logistic part. Ukhrul is quite hospitality place, and people have already experienced how to welcome the guest, how they can they give a simple tourist facilities. But my suggestion as a common citizen, my suggestion is that there should be some stopping kind of during on a visit of 2 hours drive to Ukhrul, 2.5 hour drive to Ukhrul. There should be some place where you can relax for 5-10 minutes. Go some place for food,
like a pit
or
stop.
some place for some toilet or whatever in between reaching the Ukhrul. So that again also can help the tourist visitors to help them to take a little break. Once you reach the Ukhrul, it should be very simple for the tourist. The tourist should be tourist doesn't want a hi-fi luxurious accommodation.
Yes,
it should be very simple, very much quality, basic toiletries, a basic bed, and a simple, nice, clean linen will do for the tourist.
Clean,
so
hygienic.
It doesn't require this to provide them. So I think the government is trying very hard to keep this all the basic necessary information centers for the guest. So I wish all the best for this.
Okay. So let's hope there is enough accommodation for the tourists to be accommodated in Ukhrul, because obviously it's going to be a good for the economy of the district as well. Okay, so thank you for your thoughts. I'll move on to Mr. Radhakrishna Sharma. Well, Mr. Sharma, the festival is certainly a boost to the economy, as we were just talking right now. But are there any downsides to it? Before that, before the downside, we just spoke about the government trying to improve the infrastructure. So are the roads to Ukhrul good enough now, or are there still the patches which are broken? What about the accommodation? Do they provide some sort of to the people who arrange homestays? Is there any assistance from the government for the people who provide homestays?
There are certain schemes for homestay providers that the homestays providers should take advantage of. There's many government schemes. There is another part. Regarding your hero has also pointed out, we need a very good facility, wayside facilities actually. While driving from Imphal to Ukhrul, it takes around 2.5 hours to 3 hours. One is to have a toilet break, bio break we call it. So if it doesn't have those kind of facility, it will be very difficult for us to promote these places. So we have been pointing out this again and again in many forums and many meetings to at least have proper wayside amenities, not only to Ukhrul, to other places, more, and to other places also. Like while driving from Imphal to Mau, we need a proper wayside amenities where tourists can stop, tourists can have a break, okay, coffee break, toilet break, or whatever.
Right.
Okay, such facilities should be actually promoted. And one and foremost thing here, what I find missing is like taking the confidence of the stakeholders. As a tour operator, we should be considered one of the one of the very important stakeholders or ingredient of this tourism industry.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, particularly this festival, I think we have been informed very late about this, and we are not able to promote to our tourists, because my tourists are coming tomorrow also, but I have not included this in their itinerary. They are staying here for another 4-5 days, but I have not included Ukhrul because I was not aware of this festival, because we have already sold the packages earlier. So if it was informed well in time, we could have like incorporated this into our packages and we could have promoted this.
Okay.
So we are getting queries today, yesterday, like this thing, and it is very difficult for us to provide or arrange accommodation at these last days, at the last moment. Okay. Even now we have like challenges for providing transportation. We have very limited good vehicles here, very limited accommodation. If it was in Imphal, okay, we have good accommodation, but in Ukhrul we have challenges to find good accommodation. Are we targeting only the backpackers? We should keep in mind what kind of tourists we are targeting. If we are targeting only the backpackers, that's fine. Whatever we are providing, that's okay. All the tenting, all the tented accommodation. So government should think of providing to high end also. If at all we are serious of giving this festival a boost, we should come up with certain good quality hotels or good quality homestays, so to say.
So are there any good quality hotels in Ukhrul at present? Homestays, definitely there are mushrooming up everywhere. What about hotels?
At present, we are using two properties. Salom Lodge is there, which is around 20 rooms, and another is, I think, newly come up Magan Hills.
Okay.
These two properties are quite good. Others too, small homestays and all have come up. These are also not up to like 3-star or 2-star kind of thing. This is basic property, but they have provided enough what you call facility for the tourist. At least tourist doesn't have complaints from if we keep them at those places. We don't have any complaints as of now.
Okay. Thank you for your thoughts. Well, we'll go back to Mr. KB Pangambam. Mr. Pangambam, Shirui, as we know, is endangered. It's a Shirui lily. Okay, I think Mr. we've lost connection with Mr. Pangambam. So I'll take the question to Mr. Thokchom instead. Mr. Thokchom, we are all aware that Shirui lily is endangered and it only grows in Manipur. In your opinion, if we promote tourism and people visit these hills, shouldn't there be some sort of some rule that they cannot? I mean, of course, they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to pluck it. But what else can we do to prevent people from destroying the flowers when they are in full bloom?
Actually, Shirui lily is a state level festival now. Of course, the Shirui lily, which is the rarest of the rare flower found in Shirui, in Ukhrul, we have to protect it. We have to make a special case study, and also a team should be worked behind how this can be protected and zoom every season once the season comes. That is the master plan. But of course, because of the Shirui lily flower, which is found only in the Shirui Ukhrul, because of this flower, this kind of festival has been organized in the state level, in such a high profile festival. So, of course, the flower has the name of the festival has been taken in the name of the Shirui lily.
Right.
But because of this flower, this is our USP to sell the tourism product to the whole country and beyond. Because of this flower, and there should be a proper, horticulture or research teams in a scientific way, how we can protect and how we can cultivate this flower in every season. That has to be there in another way. But again, as coming back to the topic of the tourism of Shirui festival. Of course, it's because of this flower only the world is going to know and the world is coming to see, and because of this, the Manipur tourism, and in Manipur, tourism is the only potential resources or economy, sustainable economy provider. So tourism is for this like Shirui, Shanghai deer, Loktak lake. These are all the product of product for a Manipur tourism, which can attract so many people around the world.
Right. So as far as we know, it doesn't grow outside Shirui, the Shirui hills. So if the tourists, I'm very sure if tourists come, they'll be quite curious to know if they can take it to their home state. Is there any provision by which they can take the flower back to their from wherever they come, or it's not permitted at all? Your voice is breaking, Mr. Thokchom.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yes. I'm just saying that if any people who is going to come and take the flower and try to grow in any part of the place, I don't think there should be a problem. But the problem, what I want to say is that the problem is if the flower is extinct due to the heavy fall of the tourist,
right?
There should be some provision, or there should be some planning. There should be some policy, some policy to work. How can we protect, and how this, how we can go through a proper guidance of protecting the Shirui, the only rarest of the rare flower, Shirui lily. I think that is very much important.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts again. Okay. So since we've lost connection with Mr. Pangambam, I'll come back to Mr. Radhakrishna Sharma. Mr. Sharma, since we know that Ukhrul is a hill district, what about the traffic congestion over there during the fest? I'm sure I wouldn't know how normal it is, but during such festivals, I'm pretty sure there must be a lot of traffic and a lot of crowd. So how is it? Is it like controlled properly, or what are the other problems apart from accommodation?
Yeah, this is not the case only of Ukhrul. You take any hill station, if you don't have a proper management of traffic, the traffic chaos is going to happen. Okay, in the beginning, it has happened, but I think the traffic did a wonderful job. But the kind of crowd that has pulled in the first edition, especially the local crowds, I'm not talking about the tourists from outside at all, but everybody is interested because of the what you call the inviting weather there, the kind of weather there. So everybody wants to see, and it was it was not allowed. Like people were avoiding to visit Ukhrul earlier because of the problems, local problems.
Okay.
But now that has subsided, so all the locals wants to visit Ukhrul, and at one go everybody is going, and that is spoiling, as Hero has pointed out. If we do not have a control system, like we should find out with the proper studies and all, the carrying capacity of that area, how many people can be allowed at one go, because any tourist place there's a restrictions, because people are allowing, like today we will be allowing in one day only 300 tourists, only 500 tourists can climb Shirui hills. So that kind of restriction should be there. The proper proper study should be done. How many people should be allowed on a particular day? Until and unless that is done, that will, instead of like preserving Shirui lily, we are going to spoil Shirui lily. That may go extinct also. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, but what about the food habits? If we have people coming from outside the state, do they get food of their choice, or do they have to adjust with the local menu?
No, there are some restaurants, good restaurants in Ukhrul. I personally experienced.
Okay.
They are a good restaurant where you find varieties of cuisines actually.
Okay.
But people coming into such places would definitely love to try the local cuisines also.
Okay.
At least even if they are staying for 2-3 nights, at least once or twice they will love to try the local cuisines. This is the proper platform to promote the local cuisines and all.
Right.
We should take advantage of these things. But only thing is, as of now, maximum visitors are all the local visitors, as far as my knowledge goes.
Is it just for this year, or has it always been? Because this is the 4th edition. So is it just for this year? I'm sure this year there'll be mostly all local.
No, I'm not blaming department, because last two editions were not held actually because of the COVID and all.
Okay.
So this time, I think certain states have also started, like Hornbill also did the from 2021 December only they started.
Right.
Okay, after stuffing. So we are hoping this is a beginning of certain festivals where we can promote to tourists. But the decision taken for having this festival was at the very last moment, as far as I feel. As a tour operator, we need the dates and everything to promote outside.
Could it have been because of the lilies are at full bloom right now, or what could be the reason that they particularly fixed these dates as for the festival? Because it could have been postponed because of the weather is not, it's been raining very heavily, and I'm sure that there are a lot of landslides and I don't know the road conditions, but then it could have been delayed a little bit as well. But is it because, so that the tourists could be accommodated at the time when the lilies are in full bloom? Could that be the reason why they might have organized it at this time?
Yeah, this time is okay. May, June is perfect, because the flower blooms only at this time.
Right.
What I mean to say is the festival should have a fixed date. Actually.
Okay.
Fixed date. From this date to this date, every year, annually, we should have a date, so that we can start promoting this festival, because the visitors plan their, at least for domestic also, they plan their trip at least 3-4 months ahead of their scheduled arrivals. Okay.
True.
For foreigners and all, if we are targeting foreign tourists, at least we need the dates 1 year ahead.
Right.
We have to promote it, we have to send it to our agents there, foreign agents. They will again promote in the local market. So this is the way we function actually.
Okay.
Last minute you are coming up with a product asking us to sell, that is not going to fetch.
So did that affect your bookings as well, the last minute announcement of the festival?
That doesn't affect because the only thing is we are missing out promoting this festival to the visitors.
Okay.
Because of that, we are promoting Loktak and all these places. But particularly we could have promoted this festival during this time if we had known these dates earlier.
So we've kind of lost that opportunity for this year because of the short time given. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma. I'll move to Mr. Thokchom now. Apart from the festival, like apart from seeing the lilies, in the festival, what are the other attractions? There are concerts, there are beauty pageants as well. What are the other attractions in the Shirui Lily Festival that tourists can enjoy?
I'm sure the Department of Tourism is planning a very big way to attract more people. But as we citizens, as we are viewing that this is a major big festival because of the last time the Shirok festival there was an international ban, so it was a huge success. The last honorable MLA Alfred, he tried a lot to come out best possible way in a big way. So now this year, of course, he could not win. So the coming MLA is also trying very hard to come out best possible, attraction entertainment section. However, let's see. I'm hoping for the best. And the Shirui also, they are trying to engage so many important people of in the industry. So I think they will come out extremely well performance, and they have the experience of coming out this kind of event. So I hope the entertainment will be better and more bigger. Of course, fashion shows and Miss Shirui is also one of the most important events where the professional and very important experienced people will play a very important role. So of course, the department also trying very hard to get all this thing in a rightly. And as a public, as a citizen, we expect that nothing but the less or best of the best, that this kind of festival, this kind of festival do their part in a way that we should beat the Zero Festival in Ceylon, in Arunachal Pradesh, the NH7 Festival in Ceylon, or any other festival happens in Dimapur. You have Hornbill Festival in Dimapur. So all this kind of festival, the Shirui should do better and more in terms of all the the sound, light, stage, crowd management, the band management, all kind of all these components should be better and better from the other Northeast festivals. So I wish them all a very extremely best wishes.
Right.
And just before that, you asked about the traffic.
Right. Yes.
Radhakrishna has rightly mentioned about the traffic, that in all the hill stations there's always a traffic problem. However, I just want to request our BVIP and all the VIPs to understand the kind of condition of the road, if they are carrying so many escorts, so many things, because they when they go out, when they go to the Ukrul. So in case of the public, if they can lower down, if they can minimize those securities and drive slowly, as if they are they are on the rush. So the public, I'm hoping that this tourist much in Ukrul. So we should try to avoid unnecessary security problems. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Since we're talking about parking, do they have any arrangements where the vehicles can be parked at particular slots, or is there enough parking, or are the vehicles always parked on the roadside? Are the arrangements made properly by the traffic police or by the local people?
I think the police department, the Department of Police and the Department of Tourism, I think they may try to arrange or organize such this kind of problems. You see, I had Tamur Radhakrishna rightly pointed out. I was last in maybe in 2017 or 18. I could not remember. Then I had to hold for at least 3 hours to reach Ukrul. So this is extremely difficult for any kind of tourist.
Was that because of the traffic on the road?
It's because of the traffic.
Okay.
It's because of the mismanagement of the parking. It's because of all the VIPs and escorts and all the unnecessary dramas.
Right.
So this thing has to be little. If you are organizing in this kind of event, then this has to lower down. This has to limit the. This has to minimize all the this thing. I just simply felt as a citizen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So again, we'll move on to Mr. Sharma again. Mr. Sharma, like we were talking about other festivals in the Northeast, not just Shirui, but like Hornbill and etc. All the festivals, other festivals that we have. In your opinion, do you think we are on par with these festivals, the Shirui Lily Festival? Are we getting there, or are we already on par with these other festivals?
No, we are yet to make a mark, because other festivals, as Hero has also pointed out, Zero Music Festival is quite popular.
Okay.
Our Sangai is becoming popular, but smaller festivals like Shirui, like in Nagaland, they have a Owling Festival, which is very popular among tourists.
Okay.
And among tour operators from around the world. Same thing for a smaller festival in Along, which is called Mopin Festival. They are quite popular.
Okay.
Okay. So people keep on hunting for such festivals so that they can see the like genuine traditions and cultures of the tribes of their area. That's what that is going to be a pulling factor for tourism. But as I have been pointing out again and again, whenever given a chance, we should fix a date. We should come up with an annual date. This is the period. Once that is there, that it is very easy for all the tour operator to plan their tours. So bringing tourists from all parts of the world, we will see a good number of changes, good things happening there in the place. No clue.
So in the past,
yes,
please carry on.
Yeah, there are other festivals happening in Assam also that has gained quite popular, and the same thing in Meghalaya. Meghalaya Festival is also there. NH7 is a musical festival, and Meghalaya is a traditional festival. There are already many festivals which is already in the itineraries of the tourists and among the tour operators. So we need to first popularize. If you want to promote tourism in a real markets, real world, so to say.
Right.
So we need to plan out in such a way. This is the information about this festival is given to the major stakeholders of tourism, the tour operators around the world, around all over India, so that whatever is happening in the festival, that is going to attract tourists and that is going to bring in lots of tourists if we are able to do it on right time.
Okay. So one is planning, and then the next is we also have international rock bands that come in for the festival. So would that also be a factor for people outside the state? Would they be interested in participating in the festival because of as a result of having these international bands playing? Could that also be another pulling factor apart from the local arrangements and programs?
That is one of the pulling factor going to be. But are we going to continue such bringing in like popular bands and all from outside? And we should see the returns, the kind of returns are we getting, because immediate we may not get, but we need to check after 3 editions or 4 editions, are we really getting the kind of result we have thought for. If we are not, if that is not bringing in any result or any like increase in tourism, then no point continuing with such things. Instead, we can divert that into certain like a competition among the rock bands of Northeast or rock bands of India.
Yes,
that is going to that will be more popular, and that will save a lot of money.
Yes, we have enough rock bands. I'm sure we have so many rock lovers in the Northeast itself. So yeah, that's a very good idea. So my next question, I'll move on to Mr. Thokchom. Mr. Thokchom, do you think like we have so many souvenirs? We have Manipur is rich in handicrafts, and we can have souvenirs, but do you think, I mean, when this festival, the Shirui festival happens, the Shirui Lily festival, are there enough souvenirs that people can take home? And if there are they priced reasonably so that the people can buy it, or is it priced so high that people would actually hesitate to buy it? What do you think about the souvenirs that are usually sold there?
Frankly speaking, I have not, I am not able to experience those, or giving you the right answer. However, I felt that there are young entrepreneurs and so many startups and so many skilled, talented friends and in Ukhrul and in Imphal and anywhere.
Right.
There are so many people who have a lot of skill and a lot of talented who will come out in this particular festival. They will come out and they will do their work, and they will, like in souvenirs like in Ukhrul they have a wine. Actually, the wine was extremely good.
Oh.
I used to order wine from Ukhrul. Then the chocolate is there. Then the handicraft product is there. And from Imphal, of course, there will be so many people who will go to Shirui festival for the song. Of course, they are, like, as I'm part of the business group, I know and I've been experienced. So many people are looking for this opportunity to pop up in the festival.
Right.
So I'm sure that all people, all these friends, all our business partners will go and try to do their business. Of course, you are talking about the price, reasonable price. That in the this thing I not able to
we have some connection problem.
All should put up their store or put up their business for the tourists. I think this is going to be a very great opportunity for them. So I wish them. I really hope that they will do that.
Okay, but I think the items should be priced reasonably.
It's okay to sell. It's okay to sell little high also, because this kind of festival happens once in a year.
Right.
Our entrepreneurs are not selling every day. Our entrepreneurs are not selling like a hot cake. They don't sell every day. Huge business.
Right.
And sometimes this kind of festival come once in a year, like Shanghai festival come once in a year. So once in a year when they come out, and also the transportation from Imphal or this kind of so it's okay to give little high price also, not that high, but reasonably when if the quality is good, if the price is fair, then I think there will be is a good opportunity for business people. Very good opportunity.
So what are the?
It's good to you that you point out.
Yeah.
It's very good of you that you point out this.
So usually, what are the items that are usually sold more? Is it like the handicraft, or is it food items, or?
It should be not less than any souvenir which not be less than 100 rupees.
Okay.
Or 200 rupees or 300 rupees. Not like 500 or 1,000 rupees. Not like that. It should be small, something to pick up on the way, or not very heavy, not very huge. Something light, something which is
and
cheap, and something which is unique and very interesting.
Right.
Like keychain is very the thing. Then the souvenir of Shirui, wooden work, or a pottery or handloom handicraft, or food items. Something like the chilies, the pickles, the all these are all the business, all the opportunities. I think. It should be less than the 100 rupees, I think.
Okay.
Because if you are concentrate more on the high selling part, then it should be the price should be less.
Right. Okay. Thank you again for your thoughts, views, Mr. Sharma. When you have your tourists who come from outside the state, do you provide them conveyance, or are they on their own once they reach the place? And do you provide them to a guided tour with a tour guide, or are they on their own? How are the people usually left, the tourists?
Yeah, as far as my agency goes, our tours are all customized.
Okay.
Basically, we provide it as a package. Accommodation is included.
Right.
A vehicle is included. If they want a local guide, then we put local guide anywhere. Even if somebody wants a local guide in Ukhrul, we have to search for the local guide there, and we normally provide. And that way we work actually. And 99% of our tours are we provide it as a complete package. Okay. But these days, some tours have started coming in. That they book the hotels. They book the hotels by themselves, because there's lots of online portals.
Right.
Okay. And they get better rates. Sometimes from being a local tour operator, my rates are challenged by those online portals. So I'm not able to compete them. So I miss out. So that way they book it themselves, and we normally provide the vehicles, what kind of vehicle they are looking for. Then accordingly we provide SUVs or the smaller sedan cars and all. Okay. So that way we do it. Yeah.
So would the tourists, would they just come for the festival, or would they be interested in looking around Ukhrul as well? Like, there must be nearby attractions where they can go. So
if you're talking about this particular Shirui festival, we shouldn't focus only on the main Ukhrul event venue. Right. We should take them to the nearby villages. Like Nungbi is very popular. Even if it's not a festival, we normally include Nungbi village as one of the destination for our tourists. Okay. So Nungbi has become very popular because of its black pottery. Okay. And the Kankui and all should be promoted. Toloi should be promoted. There are many places. So that should be promoted.
Okay. So the black pottery, is it like cheaper in the place that it's made as compared to when it's sold in a different place?
Of course. Of course.
So
and we are able to show the tourists the process of making it.
Okay.
That is quite interesting for the tourists. Just going and getting and buying something, it may not interest them, but seeing the whole process, it is quite interesting for the tourists. And we have good numbers of tourists just coming to Nungbi village to have sort of collector's item kind of thing, that are done black potteries and all. It has become very popular. Especially all the tourists make it a point now to get one souvenir or the other from the Nungbi village.
Okay.
And it's good to see. Earlier it was very few households who were concentrating on such potteries, black potteries. Now many households have come up with this pottery set. So it is good for us. So we can take them as a black pottery village kind of thing. We named it.
So that can be included in the Shirui festival itinerary as well.
Yes, that should be the way.
Right. Yes. So that's a lovely discussion we're having over there. I think I'll have one more question. I think the next question will be for Mr. Thokchom. Mr. Thokchom, what are the possible difficulties that entrepreneurs would face especially if they're not from Ukhrul district, if they're coming from Imphal? Mr. Thokchom, are you still there? Mr. Thokchom? I think we've lost connection.
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, okay.
I can hear.
Okay.
Yes,
so, what are some of the difficulties that our local entrepreneurs would face during a festival? Would it be a shortage of stalls, or do they have enough stalls so that they can display their items in the festival?
I think it's a very, very nice question you have just put up. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. The visual is the visual is gone, but we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that the question that you have put up is extremely, extremely nice for the entrepreneur like us. And I appreciate for your thoughtfulness of taking up this kind of queries.
Thank you.
Yes, I felt that it is very difficult to to go to Ukrul and do business.
Okay.
Because there will be a lot of traffic. Number one, the transportation will be a very difficult part. Number two, the stay, the accommodation, the kind of the teamwork, all this for establishing doing a small business in Shirui, doing a Shirui business will be a little difficult. However, in terms of the stall, there will be, I guess, and I'm just hopeful that I don't know the exact numbers and what are the current position of their planning.
Okay.
But I guess that they have good numbers of stalls. They have good numbers of stalls, and they have good numbers of interesting people. Places where people can do business.
Okay.
And I felt that this is this time the turnout would be footfall will be much higher than in 2019.
Okay.
Because the kind of mileage, the promotion activities they're doing, I think for the locals.
Right.
I'm not sure for the outstation. So the footfall will be very good. It's good for the businesses, for small startups, small who are into handloom handicrafts, textiles, and then all those the things. Just be a good opportunity.
Is the procedure for getting a stall easy, or is it difficult, or is there a very easy way for them to get it?
Actually, the focus is more on the the entertainment part, the cultural part,
right?
Shirui in the thing. But yes, I think your suggestion or your queries is extremely important. That what do you get at the end of the day? What is benefited?
Yes, the economy of the district and of course the whole state. I think the connection is a bit.
Extreme question.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Mr. Thokchom, I think the connection is a bit.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's going off and on. Yeah, now it's fine.
Yes. So I think it's a very extremely important. Yeah. So, Shalwat, I'm actually very bad with the IT. I don't know how to the thing, but it's sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Thokchom.
Hello.
Please carry on. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear? Can you hear me, Mr. Thokchom?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Hello.
Yes.
I can hear.
Okay. So we were talking about the procedure for obtaining the stalls, right, for the entrepreneurs, the local entrepreneurs.
Yes, I think we should take up this part. As an industry body, we should take up to the government that the right department should also be part of the festival, where the local economy, local people can come out this thing. Right now, I think I don't know who is dealing. I am a little not having the idea of who is handling the stall and all. But it's a very important question. I think it's a very rightful way to put up.
Okay. So let's hope the government is listening and they do take all this into consideration. My last question for today, that will be for Mr. Sharma. Mr. Radhakrishna Sharma, what is the scenario of tourists coming into the state post-COVID? once everything opened up, how is the situation? Is it better now, or is it still the same as pre-COVID?
No, it is much better now. Much better, so to say, because Manipur and entire north is much in demand actually. And Manipur has become one of the preferred destination these days. The kind of situation we are having, the peaceful environment here. So we are getting a huge number this time. Huge number. I think every tour operator must be having like a good number of tourists handling all these things. So locally, we all are getting benefits. The transporters, the drivers, whoever is involved with tourism, be it handicraft manufacturers and all. So everybody is benefiting, and you could see a large number of tourists this time. Earlier, Manipur used to get only the business tourists, the sales executives and all coming in to Manipur, and they being counted as a tourist. The actual tourists were not there. But this season, you could see a large number of tourists coming in groups and all. You can ask, you can find out from any of the hotels. You will come to know this time, especially after COVID, we have come up as one of the very good destinations, especially for the domestic market.
Okay, that sounds very reassuring, and I'm sure Shirui Lily, going forward, if not this year, going forward, if it's fixed, I'm very sure that we'll have a huge influx of tourists from all over the world. It's been a lovely discussion with our panelists. I would like to thank Mr. Radhakrishna Sharma for being on the show tonight. Mr. Hero Thokchom, thank you so much for your views and inputs, and I would also like to thank our third panelist, Mr. Pangambam, although he's left. I think he got disconnected in the middle of the show. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, and thank you viewers for staying with us. It's been a lovely discussion. See you again next Monday. Have a safe, stay safe and have a great evening.
Washing machine, fridge, smart TV, air conditioner, kitchen items, amadi makal khudingmakki home appliances kidamak hoina waningai leite. Kasampat kunjeng hazari lekai da leiba Measure of Impalna ahongbo mamalda item khudingmakki up to 50% discount da offer tizari. Wedding set unalong matamdasu special oiba discount kaya su thamjari. Interest amatta yaudena 0% EMI loan gi kudong sabasu thangbani. Kudong sabasi mahan biraganu ngasi maklengsin birahu Measure of Impal Kasampat Kunjen Hazari Lekai.